Rocky Mountain Sasquatch Organization. A nearly 9-foot tall North Bay Bigfoot faces off with the 6-foot 7-inch man riding a dirt bike. This is a North Bay, Ontario Bigfoot sighting report we received 2 months ago. Arthur C. writes RMSO. I was riding my dirt bike to a lake down the hill in the bush near our property where the path splits to go down to the lake. I turned right and started down the hill. That is when I saw a black thing on the left side of the path. I thought it was a bear, but it was using a stick to dig with, so I revved my dirt bike to scare it. It then stood up on 2 legs and turned around looking me in the face to face, 30 feet away. It was daytime in August. I thought at first that it was someone in a very convincing Bigfoot suit out in the thick bush until it opened its mouth and took a huge breath. I saw into its mouth and knew it was real. That's when I started to get scared. But it just stood there, looking at me, sniffing the air while it swayed back and forth from one foot to the other. I am 6 feet 7 inches tall, and I was dressed in all black dirt bike protective riding gear. The smell of it was like the worst bad body odor and swamp bog mixed together. It stayed there looking at me for about 2 minutes. While it stood there, I got a real good look at it and how the foot pad would compress a lot when it shifted its weight from one foot to the other. I guess its height would be over 8 feet, maybe 9 feet tall, and well over 850 to 900 pounds. Huge nose and hair covered most of its body. Huge muscular body with very long arms and hands that reached to or past its knees. After about 2 minutes, it turned to the left and took 3 huge strides. The last one looked like it used its arms and hands to help it move so fast with very little sound. I parked my bike and went after it where it went into the bush. I followed the trail for about 50 feet and then got that real bad smell again, but much stronger. The hair on the back of my neck stood up and I got out of there as soon as possible. I went back to the cottage and told everyone what I saw, and no one believed me or wanted to go over there and see if there was any evidence. It took 2 days before anyone would go over there with me, and we ended up finding a couple of weird things and continued to have weird things happen on our property ever since. RMSO responds, "You are a really brave guy. I chased after one that I saw from 30 to 40 feet away back in September 2021 until I came up to a fallen log that was next to it and realized how large it was. I then paused, wondering if I should keep after it, grabbed some protection from my truck, then began tracking it for another couple of hours after that. Never did see it again." "What state and forest did you see this creature in?" Arthur continues, "This is near North Bay, Ontario, Canada. I have found 4 teepee-like structures on our property and a whole lot of trees that are bent over and held back by 2 different trees or twisted and broken trees 6 to 8 inches around, and broken about 6 feet high near the forest where my encounter was. There are several different types of mushrooms growing in that forest with berries growing on the outside of the forest. We drive our ATVs and dirt bikes on the trails in the forest near our town. They lead all the way to the Alan Quinn Park, and there are different planted forests along the trails, and again, we get that bad body odor near the planted forests that run along the swamp's winter snowmobile trails." RMSO responds, "I really appreciate you send us your Bigfoot sighting report, Arthur. We've been getting a lot of Bigfoot sightings, pictures, videos of Bigfoot activity in that part of Ontario and also further north and further west of there. Also down at the Great Lakes, we keep getting activity reports. Just an amazing, crazy place of activity. I hope everybody enjoyed this Bigfoot sighting report from a Bigfoot sighting hotspot in Ontario, Canada. Keep on watching. We're going to keep on squatching. Rocky Mountain Sasquatch. There has been a lot of Bigfoot activity recently and over the last several years around the Great Lakes, in the Michigan Peninsula and into Ontario from North Bay, Temagami, into Fort Hope. RMSO keeps receiving sighting reports, Bigfoot trackway photos and videos along with Bigfoot captured on photos and videos. We also receive vocalization videos. This latest from North Bay is pretty loud and clear. I'll play it for you here in a second. Justin writes RMSO. "Can anyone tell me what kind of animal this is by the sound it's making? I'm guessing Sabe. RMSO responds, Hi Justin, if that is a Bigfoot vocalization, it sounds sad to me. What part of Canada was this recorded? Do you hear vocalizations like this often? Have you saw Bigfoot there? Justin responds, Yes, after speaking with my family, we did mention last night how it sounds sad. There has been some major developments with clearing trees for a road. I live in North Bay, Ontario. I have heard this sound before. We haven't seen Bigfoot recently, but there's been some strange things. A long black hair caught on the front of my friend's car in the driveway. Plus, my mom saw huge footprints in the neighbor's yard while she was raking the leaves last week. So I'm going to get a trail cam and set it up near where we live. RMSO responds, We just received a North Bay Bigfoot sighting report a couple of months ago. The guy said it was around 9 feet tall. It stared at him from 30 feet away, sniffing the air before opening its mouth and taking a deep breath. It happened on the southeast side of North Bay near Algonquin Park. The first suspect aside from Bigfoot that jumped out at me was a possible lone wolf howl. However, this vocalization got nearby dogs barking, and you can tell that the volume of this vocalization just drowns out and overpowers a wolf's domesticated relative. Amazing, powerful vocalizations.